Hello and welcome back to Jarrett Towel. Today I'm going to do my Apple Watch Series SE unboxing. I'm also going to talk through some of the very basic features of why I chose to get it, and I'm also going to do a comparison between the features that this one has, which the Series 3 might lack or the Series 6 might lack, just to help contextualize it. This is also going to be a very customer friendly comparison and features rundown, because when I used to sell Apple Watches, a lot of customers weren't interested in all the specs and specs of it, and they just want it in the easiest and basic format. So that's exactly what my whole channel is about just explaining things in a very easy and digestible way. So that's why it's going to be very basic. I also found that a lot of people, they weren't sure if they wanted an Apple Watch, if they'd actually be interested in an Apple Watch. And once they had decided that they were interested, they didn't know which one between the Apple Watches they'd go for. So I'm hoping that helps to clear some things up. And if you're not interested in Apple Watches in general, then I hope you just enjoyed this unboxing with me. And please do leave a like and subscribe if you're new here. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so my setup did get cut short because my phone needs updating, and in all honesty, I really haven't the time. So I'm just gonna take you through a couple of features just to help you decide if you are interested in getting an Apple Watch or not. So the reason I chose to get the SE as opposed to the Series 3, for example, the Series 3 came out in 2017, whereas the SE came out in 2020, and now we're in 2021. So that means there's a 4-year difference between when the Series 3 was released and where we're at now. And although the Series 3 is still supported by Apple, I don't know how much longer it's going to continue to be supported by Apple. And considering I won't be updating, I won't be getting different watches very regularly just to get the newest one out, I decided to get the newer option for about a £70 difference, I think it was, just to be on the safer side. But that's not to say if you are considering getting a Series 3 that Apple's going to stop supporting it tomorrow. I don't know what they're going to do, but it was just a personal choice that I wanted to be on the safer side. But other than that, the Series 3 and the SE are very similar in that they both don't have the always on display feature, which I'm going to talk about in a second, but the Series SE does have a lot more watch faces available. In regards to the Series 6, the Series 6 does have the always on display, which is basically as you can see, this one switches off, so the screen goes black after a couple of seconds, whereas with the Series 5 and the Series 6 it has an always on. So a lot of people just find that they use that because when you might be speaking to someone, you just want to check the time without it seeming rude. It's a lot easier to do that subtly than having to actually tap the screen to make sure that for it to be able to tell you the time. So that's the main benefit. Also hikers, a lot of hikers use that because they don't have the time to be tapping their wrist to see what's going on their watch. But for me, that's not going to be a major benefit, and for me, I feel like I'm actually better off not having it because I get very easily distracted. So I feel like if I can see the screen moving all the time, it's going to contribute to my distractions, and I don't need that. Having said that, with the Series 6 and Series 5 that do have the always on display, you can actually change that in settings so that it's not always on, so it does have that benefit. But for me, the £200 or £300 difference did not justify being able to change the always on display. Another thing the Series 6 has, which this SE doesn't, is ECG. However, I didn't find that I'd benefit from that. Other than that, the Series 6 also comes in different color options. So they have red, for example, but I wasn't really interested in all those different colors. I just wanted a black one. But majority, it depends on what you need the watch for. For myself, I just wanted it for the basic functions. To be honest, I actually wanted it because I've always wanted less so now. But when I first started out, like I remember when the very first Apple Watch came out and I was in secondary school and I was saving for it for so long, and then after a while I realized that I don't really need it and that probably wasn't the best place to spend my money at the time. So I just didn't end up getting it, but I said, I might as well do it now. So that's why I ended up getting it. Personally, it was not really like for the health benefits, if I'm being completely honest, and it just can be convenient as well. So I know, for example, a lot of people use it for, like, you know, when you're washing the dishes and you just want to change the song, it's a lot easier to do it from your wrist than reaching over to your phone. Although if you do have AirPods, you can do it on your air, but you might not want to get your AirPods wet from the water of the dishes, and the Apple Watches are water resistant. I also think, I might just be making this up, I probably am making this up, but I wonder if it will encourage me to do a bit more exercise. That's another thing I was thinking, like maybe if I get one, then I will do more exercise. I doubt it will happen, but I can dream. Another benefit some people find is that it minimizes distractions. So a lot of people find it easier that, like, if you're easily distracted by social media, for example, it's still going to show your notifications, but you won't get the full user experience of it. So like, for example, say a Snapchat notification comes up, you won't be able to see everything on Snapchat. You'll still get the notifications, but you'll also benefit from not being as immersed into the different apps. And another reason why I chose to get this as opposed to like the Series 6 is because this isn't even the cellular version and I wouldn't be getting the cellular version of the Series 6 as well. So I cannot justify spending like 200 plus more and it's still not even going to be cellular. And obviously that's a choice that I've chosen for myself, but it's just something that I couldn't justify. And basically cellular just means that you can leave your phone at home and do everything from your wrist, whereas although you can still do a lot from your wrist, you still need to be connected by Bluetooth, whereas with a cellular you can leave your phone at home and do everything when you're out and about. So for example, when you go for like runs or jogging, you can still answer your calls and stuff like that. But because I have the non-cellular version, I still need to have my phone in my pocket or nearby. But yeah, that's just a quick rundown of the different features and what Apple Watches are actually about. Though I have like used Apple Watches on and off, a lot of people that I've spoken to said that if you've got other things to pay for, the Apple Watch wouldn't be like the top of your priorities, in that like it's not going to change your life or transform your life for a lot of people. But again, that depends on the needs that you have. So like the fall detection, which is on some of the Apple Watches, that's essential for some people with like health conditions and stuff like that, but it depends what you need it for. So I hope that gives a brief overview and insight into Apple Watches and helps your decision if you're considering to buy one or not. Don't forget to like if you did find this useful, and comment if there's anything that you want to know, or if there's anything in particular that you'd like me to do unboxing of, because I bought a lot of I do buy a lot of tech things, I've noticed. That's the only thing where I just like get a lot of things off. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. See ya.